baby.
DFCRadio.com.
Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Cook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine.
Doors open. You know what time it is. It's 5 o'clock. Let's get this kitchen cracking.
You heard the bell?
Yeah, it's a war in the kitchen. It's like 9 rounds with the Hydro Chef. Get ready. This is an hour-long battle of culinary confection creations. It's coming in at over 280 pounds, standing at 6'1", ready to melt your face. We have the Hydroponic Chef in the left corner. His opponent tonight, anyone who dares cook against him. Competitive cooking at its finest, folks. Let's get ready to edible! This is Farm to Table Cannabis. I am the Hydroponic Chef. If you're listening to DFZ Radio or High Times TV, we're going to take over for the next hour. We're going to talk about everything edibles, gardening, and, we talk about cooking techniques. We got brand sponsors. Shout out to everybody out there from Magic Butter, out there in DFZ Radio sponsorship land. And we also have a good show lined up for you tonight. We've got the opulent chef himself. Michael will be coming on talking about his recent appearance on Most Expensivest, and then everything he does to up the game when it comes to culinary confections and just all around hospitality. So we're looking forward to talking to him. And then I believe our second guest on the way here right now, Jaeyln Rose. She's going to be serenading us with some of her sweet sounds of music.
Yeah, we got some lined up. We got our music locked and loaded.
So you can call in to win. You can call in to talk to our guests. 562-653-0707. And Saint, we got a Magic Butter machine to give away. Sound man extraordinaire, keeping it popping over here.
What's up, everybody?
We're going to give something away today. We're going to make someone happy. And all you got to do is call in 562-653-0707.
You're making magic.
Magic Butter.
Yeah.
So we always like to start the show off and keep everyone up to date on the news and everything going on in the world. And, West Hollywood, they just approved the first cannabis cafe, billed as its first of its kind out here on the West Coast in the U.S. So
I was just hearing about that today.
Yeah, it's big news. City of West Hollywood made a landmark decision Tuesday when it approved a space within its city limits for what's billed as the first of its kind cannabis cafe. Lowell Farms promises cannabis cuisine and a smoking area, too. However, it's an open-air restaurant directly across the street from a synagogue. So a rabbi at the meeting asked for the business license to be rejected. After the cafe was approved, the rabbi left without a word. He could be heard mumbling under his breath. To gain resounding unanimous approval from the city of West Hollywood, Lowell Farms promised a filtration system like the ones used in casinos.
There you go.
So while the approval is historic, and many believe the move by the progressive city is only the first start in the cannabis consumption area licenses that are about to go good for a year, skeptics are watching to make sure that these marijuana milestones are not half-baked. These fucking pot puns.
Half-baked.
Half-baked. The restaurant will be alcohol-free since state law prohibits consumption with cannabis and alcohol on the same site, but the doors could open within months. So holler at your boy, the Hydroponic Chef. I'd love to come over there and do a little pop-up one of these days.
Do you know what kind of food they're going to be serving?
No, it's a cafe, so I imagine they'll serve things like coffee, pastries, edibles. They will have edible consumption on site, too. So this is a huge step in the right direction. We've been waiting for this opportunity for California to get with the hospitality industry, with the cannabis industry. So, man, that's time to get to West Hollywood, brother.
There you go.
And now we have a reason to go over there other than just the Pride Parade. And the Vermont Capitol's got flowers, too. 34 plants to be exact. All right. Montpelier, Vermont. Almost 3 dozen cannabis plants have been found growing in the flower bed of the Vermont State House.
What?
A visitor of the State House alerted police to what turned out to be 34 plants found by the officers this week among the cultivated flowers that line up the walkway in front of the building. So here's what Vermont's legalization law doesn't allow. Workers from the branch of state government responsible for the garden might have found more plants. And the chief said that he didn't know whether the immature plants were marijuana or hemp, and he doesn't intend to have the plants tested to see because he doesn't see no criminal case. In Vermont, possession of a small amount of marijuana for recreational use is legal, but it remains illegal to grow it in public. So farmers can plant hemp as a cash crop, but you can't freaking grow it in the state in the state government lawns.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Think
So
you know that.
remember last week they were talking about the bullshit around the CBD liver damage and the study and everything. Well,
Yeah.
it turns out the media should be ashamed of themselves, and the study is bunk. And we talked about it, and we decided not to run it. And we're glad we didn't, because we don't put fake news out there, but we like to
Yeah.
put fake people in their place about it.
Yeah.
So it's 2019, and they go on to say here it's still a world where one small study on a mouse with highly questionable methodology published in a marginal journal with major flaws can lead to clickbait and media panic. So you saw the Forbes article headlined "Marijuana Study Finds CBD Can Cause Liver Damage." That report on a study out of University of Arkansas for medical science, it's kind of weak. It's scary stuff. So the panic and this misinformation is nothing new. It's been going on in the industry forever, and we know that the fake smoke signals are there. That's another marijuana pun. But lucky for us, readers call it on it, and much has changed since the times where you could just say some unscientific study and throw some bullshit out there. But we know that it's not the truth. They had to put a redaction in there, and dude, that's fucking awesome.
Hell
CBD
yeah.
doesn't hurt your liver, fucking dipshits.
Yeah, fucking liars.
And then let's go back to California.
Cali.
Up to Humboldt, you guys.
Going.
They
back to Cali.
They found a way to fuck off shit, We legalized cannabis, Prop 64, in January of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, they've been trying to find ways to crack down on the illicit black market. And now the local authorities have found another way. So they've issued 1,500 legal provisional cannabis farms, and they're stepping up enforcement against farmers growing without permits. So the county officials aren't doing what they used to do with the SWAT team raids, but they're enforcing a list of civil codes, and it's having a big effect on the Northern California cannabis grown. So they're stopping it like threats of being locked up never could. So fines of $10,000 per day per violation, maxing out at $900,000. Followed by potential property liens and forfeiture.
Wow.
So it's replaced traditional fears of a sheriff kicking in your door. Now they're just coming to take your property. Officials tell Leafly that Humboldt County Planning and Building Department has sent out 148 cannabis-related notices to abate to property owners so far in 2019. The county sent out 597 abatement notices in 2018. So recipients have 10 days to remove the plants or face the recorded fines, far higher than any monetary penalties enacted against any other business type. So if you chop down your plants the same day you get the notice, you face only $10,000 fine. If
That's
you
the
don't,
minimum.
it can run up to $10,000 every day for 90 days, totaling $900,000. Followed by a county collection action and the potential loss of your property. So
because you're not gonna have that money, so they're gonna take everything.
You're losing everything, and the results speak for themselves. Humboldt County has assessed more than $3.28 million in cannabis abatement fines for the years of 2018 and 2019 so far. 376 cannabis-related code violations have been abated or are in the process of being abated. So the county has filed liens on 5 properties too. So they're not joking. Longtime criminal defense attorney, shout out to Omar Figueroa, He says civil code enforcement armed with satellite imagery have changed the decade-old game of cat and mouse where the farmers and county officials would spot tiny structures, but now they use space satellites and then send abatement notices to any property without a cultivation license. It's having a pretty strong deterrent effect because people don't want to lose everything that they've worked for, mainly their property. So the same thing is going on in Sonoma, and it's affecting the retail store too. So
I seen it coming.
Illegal cannabis stores are next.
Everyone knows once they get it unlocked, that's when they're gonna crack down on everyone else.
Yeah, so it's a scary world out there, and we're helping you navigate it through
you gotta
it.
Join them. If not, they're gonna take everything.
But I mean, the civil fines and penalties, it's such a new way to curb the growing. I mean, the threat of going to jail, it really didn't deter anyone. The risk versus reward was there, but now
there is the reward
reward's there, but you got the potential of completely losing your house with this shit.
Yeah,
so
nothing.
It's a scary world up there, and the legal cannabis game is definitely having an effect on the black market game. Prices have been at an all-time high, and these are the reasons.
Right. Yeah.
So when they ask you, well, why is 26 the new low? Well, fuck, didn't you hear, bro?
Look it up.
They shutting shit down, bro.
Google it.
But we're going to be right back. We got to pay some bills, and we'll be right back. We got Jaeyln Rose and the Opulent Chef coming on DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis.com, and High Times TV.
Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Yeah, crank it up, crank it on up, crank it up. Sour diesel up in my blood, purple drink up in my cup. Crank it up, crank it on up. That's D. Oh, that's D. Got me smoking the best, no stress cheese. Now hold up. Be in my cup, you can tell the bartender to fill it on up. That's alright, baby, work your stuff. And that can ride when I go. Take a little spin in my Monte Carlo. Take a little dip, baby, show you how I roll. Take a little hit, baby, puff on the hydro. Eyes so lit, make me look like my eyes closed. Purple drink mix, make me look like my eyes glow. Diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the they mean when it drop on the street, either hating on you or they drop it to the flow, got them blades that stay tough. And the candy on the bike, same color as sour. Catch me on the site 100 miles per hour. This is my life, so this ain't ours. So I stay tight, so this is power. With the ADX team, you could call us some brave hearts. Sour diesel trees, you could call it the trademark. Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Side diesel in my blood, purple drink in my cup. Someone tell the DJ, crank it on up. Yeah, crank it up, crank it on up, crank it up. Sour diesel up in my blood, purple drink up in my cup. Crank it up, crank it on up. West Coast, crank it on up. East Coast, crank it on up. Midwest, crank it on up. Down south, crank it on up. Yeah, crank it up, crank it on up, crank it up. sour diesel up in my blood. Purple drink up in my cup. Crank it up, crank it on up.
ST, DJ Dale, Big Bam, Killer P, Jaeyln with the OE, it's the ADX team. 562 Mob.
Everything with time and time. Where there's love, there is life, there's a hope and a dream. This is the place for you and me. We can go, we can stay, we can run away. We can feel and swim in the ocean. We've fallen, life keeps calling. There's a fire on the horizon. There's a fire, so let it burn.
material things. I was looking to lose control. And music, it was there for me. You know my brothers, they were there for me. And this is what they said. You gotta move fast, make the moment last. Always keep it humble, even when the feeling pass. When you hit the thunder rumble and your foot is on the gas. Take a second to be grateful, look up in the sky and ask for a lesson. Yeah, this life is such a blessing. If you guess and look around, I know you are blessed too. We come together to see light in any weather. But forever we have come to your rescue. I was looking for a way to conquer dreams. I was looking for one a day. I was looking for a way to sew up those open seams. I was looking to run away. And my family, they were there for me. Always keep it humble, even when the feeling pass. When you hit the thunder rumble and your foot is on the gas. Take a second to be grateful, look up in the sky and ask for a lesson. Yeah, this life is such a blessing. If you guess and look around, I know you are blessed too. We come together.
All right, we're back. DFZ Radio, an extended commercial break because you know I was getting lit that whole time. All right, so we're going to get our first guest on the line right now. We've got a very special show for you tonight with music and culinary delights. Saint, you know how to work this phone. I'm awful at this, but
Yeah, who we calling?
we're calling up Michael, the opulent chef. Saint's so good at this.
All right, what's the number?
All right. Don't say it out loud. We don't want. He's got a lot of fans now that he was on Viceland. He already had a lot of fans.
Hello.
Hey, Michael, you're on the air with the Hydroponic Chef on DFC Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis.
Hey, what's up, man?
Thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to talk to you, man. First of all, I just want to introduce you to DFZ Radio Land. So we've got Michael. Am I saying this right? Maganellis?
Magallanes.
Magallanes. All right. Appreciate your patience with that. So introduce yourself to DFZ Radio Land. This is your first time on the show.
Yeah, so I'm the executive chef, founder of Opulent Chef. Opulent Chef is a private chefing company that specializes in giving clients a cannabis experience with food.
And now,
I do pop-ups where people can pay a certain amount of money. They come to the event, they have fun. I also work with private clients, and I'll do dinners at their residence, like dinner party type experiences.
So you're offering refined dining experiences, private events, and primarily focused around cannabis. But this isn't where you originally got your start, was with cooking with cannabis. I mean, I think a lot of your background came from, the classically trained culinary field. Is this correct? Did I lose you, Mike? Michael.
Hello?
Michael, there you are. I got you back. I was saying that you're classically trained, and some of your background didn't necessarily come with only cooking with cannabis. You got into the actual culinary industry and the hospitality management industry. You want to talk about some of the kitchens you cooked in and some of your experience?
Yeah, sure. Definitely wasn't cooking with cannabis for the vast majority of my career. Probably started cooking professionally 14 years ago. Let's see. Some of the kitchens I've worked in were mostly in San Francisco. Probably for the past 5 years, was working for a chef named Murad Lalou. He had opened his restaurant called Evita quite a while back.
And what kind of food was that focused?
Worked there for about 3 years, and then was one of the opening chefs at Murad, his namesake restaurant, which is also in San Francisco, California. Earned our Michelin star after the first year.
So
I was pretty much the chef de cuisine there, so doing menu development, training people, that sort of thing.
So I mean, this isn't something you hard knocked. Are you classically trained?
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah,
what?
classically trained. So worked in a lot of French restaurants, some Spanish restaurants. San Francisco, California, sort of
The Bay Area.
restaurants, but I was always using techniques that were pretty much just classic French techniques. Since then, pretty much at Aziza, I started experimenting with a little bit more modern techniques. Murad, especially as well, doing more modern techniques, a little bit more molecular gastronomy type of thing.
And so these are things that you don't see at your everyday cafe, okay? I mean, you're doing the unique sauces, you're doing foams, you're doing stuff that you wouldn't necessarily get at your local corner store deli. Now, what got you into cooking with cannabis?
So there was a cook of mine at Murad who had quit, and he had been in the cannabis industry since he was really young. He kind of grew up in it as his parents had some dispensaries, I think, in LA or San Diego. So after quitting the restaurant industry, he went up north to Humboldt and he started a hash company. He had saw that I left the restaurant industry myself to start Opulent Chef. Opulent Chef was actually started not as a cannabis company. It was just started as a regular old private chefing company, and I was going to work directly with some clients that I connected with through working with Murad.
But seriously, there's nothing regular about your
He saw that
food.
I had done that. He reached out to me, and he wanted to start doing these cannabis-infused dinners using his hash.
I see.
And so it kind of just went from there.
And I mean, you're known for your technique. Not just the beautiful plates that you're putting out, but really introducing people to new flavors and new ways of trying things. Now, does some of your influence come from your travel? I see you've been to South America. You've been, and not to mention just all the influence you get from the Bay Area too. One of my favorite places growing up. I mean, it's a food capital for sure. But where do some of your influences come from?
Yeah, I would say a lot of my influences do come from my travels. I like to travel quite a bit. So yeah, South America, traveled through Asia, China, Japan, Singapore. I'm going to be actually going to Thailand soon. I haven't been to Thailand, so end of September I'm going to be going there, doing some R&D. So yeah, I do get a lot of influence from my travels, but a lot of my influence came from the chefs that I worked under earlier on in my career. So there was a couple of guys who were French Laundry alums. So I got to work under them and learn a lot of the technique that they brought from the laundry. And I'm kind of I'm all mixed up from travels, from people I've worked for, and all of that.
And so private events, pop-up dining, but you also do workshops. You seem like you're really into educating people about the finer aspects of dining, infusing, and proper dosing. So let's talk about the workshops and how people can attend your events.
Yeah, so with the workshops, people, a lot of times it kind of goes this way. Someone will reach out to me, maybe they'll have 10 people, 15 people, and they want sort of like a workshop demo dinner. Maybe the person who reaches out to me is a little bit more of a veteran as far as consumption, so they want to bring in their friends or family who are a little bit more curious about consuming cannabis, and that's where kind of the workshop comes in, where I can demonstrate how to properly cook with cannabis, how to decarboxylate, how to infuse, how to dose yourself properly, and then I can give people an experience through an infused meal that will hopefully change their mind around cannabis and the way people can consume and the experience that you can get from it. But yeah, that's kind of how the workshops go. I mean, some people actually will come to me and they want a more professional workshop where I can give them specific instructions on exactly how to decarboxylate properly efficiently, consistently getting your product that way, infusing this way, how to really dose, and like going through the mathematics of it.
Because it's not. I mean, there's so much
yeah,
more.
A lot of it is more people just want to have an experience where there's a demo and a dinner and that sort of thing.
And I mean, there's so much more people don't understand to just dumping some weed into some butter. I mean, there are techniques that can explore and not only just get you high, but really accentuate the cuisine, bring out like you mentioned, experiences that you might not necessarily had with the food before. What are some of your preferred infusion techniques? I mean, I know butter is a very popular one with everyone, but I mean, something tells me you got something a little more crafty up your sleeve.
No, I mean, mostly coconut oil, just regular. A lot of times I won't like to use really strong flavored oils, like olive oil, for example. I feel like it can compete with the flavor of the cannabis. So I'll use kind of neutral oils a lot of the times. But yeah, if I'm going to use butter, I'll usually clarify it or make it into brown butter. I've messed around with infusing vegetable glycerin, which works really well if you're going to be doing things like candy.
Oh, and you could not use it not just for like edibles, but for liquids, I suppose too, like infusing drinks.
What's that?
You could infuse drinks with that potentially, I assume.
Yeah, if it's emulsified properly. I don't necessarily have the equipment to do it at that level. But yeah, if I did, I could emulsify it properly and get it to a point where I could put it into a drink a lot easier.
That's unique because the vegetable glycerin has a lot of its own beneficial qualities to it too. So I like what you're doing there, and I mean we respect what you're doing as a chef, and we super respect the light you're shedding on the cannabis side of cooking, and you had the opportunity to cook on Most Expensivest with 2 Chainz. And I mean, I watched that episode, and this is how I got introduced to you. Okay, I haven't met you in person, but I just was like, this guy, 2 Chainz was trying to break you the whole time and get you to come out of character, and you stayed yourself the whole time. You didn't come down to the I'm meeting a rapper level. You didn't get all fanboy. You were just like, dude, look, I'm here. Like your jokes are good, but I'm not quite gonna laugh at them. Like, hey, I respect the way you held yourself on that screen, because a lot of us cannabis chefs are like that out there, where it takes a lot to get us out of that you get focused. You got the blinders on, and I saw the blinders on there, and I was like, dude, this guy's for real. Like, let's see what he starts doing. And then you start pulling out stuff, and I mean, geez, how lit was he in front of you? I mean, was that for real? For real? Did he put all that oil on that blunt and get that lit?
I mean, I think he was fine. The way they edited
it makes it look like.
I don't know what it was. They were kind of freaking out the whole time that he was going to get too high, because I think he had more companies that he had to shoot with after me. I was the first of 3, I think.
Okay.
So I think they just didn't want him to get too high to be able to actually shoot with the other companies.
That's so funny. Viceland always makes it look like how it wasn't. I mean, did you?
Oh, make sure you don't get too much. We don't want to get too high. Blah blah blah.
And so was
kind of freaking out the whole time.
Was it really quick? Did you get a lot of time to prep, or was it just like get in there, wham bam, and you're out?
It was pretty quick.
And
I had everything prepared. Showed up, everything prepared. Before he even showed up, they made me cook and plate each course or dish or whatever. And they wanted to do B-roll, so they were taking footage of like every single thing before he even showed up.
Okay.
And then he showed up, and then it was like, go, go, go. He doesn't like to wait. We got to do this. Boom, boom, boom. So everything was really like hectic and fast and a little disorganized.
Nah, not to us. Everything you looked good, man. For real, Michael. You well done for representing the cannabis community out there, and well done for not getting them to get you out of character. Now, do you consume yourself?
Me, yes, I do.
Did they get you high before that event?
I was smoking with 2 Chainz before. Well, like right when we started shooting, before he started rubbing that coconut oil rosin all over his blunt, I was smoking with him.
And
then when he was offering me the blunt with the oil over it, I didn't want to smoke it because it was coconut oil.
I was about to say, yeah. How do you feel about smoking some coconut oil? Is my next question. You're a good sport, man. You let him get away with that one. Hey, it's his show. He can smoke what he wants to, right?
Yeah, I was like, wait, you want to put fucking coconut shit all over you. Yeah, whatever.
So I guess my next question is Goss, when's your next event, and what are tickets going for?
Ooh, my next event. I think my next event that's going to be open to the public will probably be dinner up north, Sonoma, Hall of Flowers.
That's a cool.
I'm not sure what tickets are going to go for. I would say at the low end, $150. At the high end, $250. It just matters what companies I'm bringing in and what we end up doing.
But either way, that's a very affordable event. You get educated, you get medicated, and you get to eat with Michael. And I mean, dude, you've been doing this for over 10 years. Last 5 years, you've been training, doing the cannabis and culinary thing. And dude, you have been showcasing your skills on TV. You've been showcasing your skills on IG. And, man, you're doing it for the right reasons. So we respect what you're doing, man. Keep on hustling, my guy.
Thank you.
And if the next event's up at Hall of Flowers, are you doing any other pop-ups or anything else we want to make the audience know about?
That's pretty much it for now. I just have a bunch of private dinners. You know, the pop-ups are more a marketing tool for me at this point. So I don't do them as often as I used to. It's more just trying to cater the clients that are reaching out to me that want parties at their homes and things like that. So that keeps me pretty busy.
How can they hire you?
Yeah.
No, how can folks hire you if they wanted to get hold of you?
They can go to my website, opulentchef.com. They can reach out to me that way, or DM me on Instagram, something like that.
And you've been, you've been basically nominated as one of the top 10 cannabis chefs in America. And I mean, dude, the accolades keep on flowing in for you because you're doing it for the right reasons, man. So go check out the Opulent Chef on opulentchef.com. Go check him out on Instagram at Opulent Chef. And man, while you're at it, go watch that show of Viceland with him getting 2 Chainz litter than shitter. Right on, Mike. We appreciate you coming on Farm to Table Cannabis.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to get you in the studio one of these days, and hopefully maybe we can plan a dinner around you too, man. So thanks again for shedding light on the cannabis industry. We're going to play some music from our next guest, Jaeyln Rose. Am I saying that right? Just making sure. Everyone's got so many Instagram.
Jaeyln, but
Jaeyln.
it's okay.
All right, good. Because if you say it too fast, they think you're a basketball player.
Yeah.
All right. Michael, thank you again. We'll be back. Listen to this music we're about to play. Introduce the next song we're about to play. It was
East Side.
East Side by Jaeyln.
Yes.
DFZ Radio, High Times TV, DFZRadio.com.
They say when you lose, you gain. Still trying to work this shit out. Like why I feel this way. Not knowing what I want when you're a call away. It's always been that way. Trying to ease my pain, I go insane. Still the one I blame. See, telling you I love you, shit. I mean it when I say that shit. Fuck 'em for the fuck of it. Not knowing you're the dot of it. I might be a dot for it, but don't you know you started it? Now came back, want all of it. Now I treat you part of it. Cautious, you're the cause of it. Not sure if you want all of it. Stop you just from proving it. Cause I can't leave the one I'm with. Hard to say my mouth is full. Handy now my heart's a fool. Keep on bending all the rules. Like lying, don't catch up too soon. He hit me on the east side. Made hit my side. Don't know why I left too soon. I'm numb to you. He hit me on the east side. Was down to ride. Don't know why I chose up soon. I'm used to you. Don't know why I led you to. Now my heart is blue.
DFZradio.com.
All right, we're back. That was Jaeyln. That was a nice little serenade you got us going on there.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So this is your first appearance on High Times TV, DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis. So introduce yourself to the listeners out there in listener land.
Hi, I'm Jaeyln. For everybody that don't know me, I'm located in the Coachella Valley. Born and raised out there, and yeah.
And you've been representing the music scene for the area for a while now. And I caught you at several events. The eyes of the industry have been on you, and the ears have definitely been perked up when we hear your music playing. So,
Man, that's love.
First thing we got to ask you is, what were you doing before the music scene?
I was an athlete. I grew up playing softball and basketball, and my whole family plays sports. So that's what I was doing.
Did you sing in the choir? Did you sing in
church? Yeah,
yeah?
I sung a lot at church. I was in the worship team when I was like young, like super small, like maybe I was already like 6 years old when I was singing at the worship team.
And so did you start getting the accolades like from an early age, or did you have to work up into it? Because I mean, when the little one starts singing at a young age, everyone gives them attention. It's hard to tell anybody, hey, your kid can't sing.
True, facts.
No, I think the first day I knew that I could sing and like I was actually talented in doing music was one day there was like an event at church, and the main person that was supposed to sing the lead part didn't show up, but I knew the whole song, so I was like put on spot and I was like forced to sing like the lead part, and I was like tripping. I was like, oh man, like I don't know if I could really sing because I wasn't as confident. Like I did it because I loved it, you know what I mean? I didn't really do it knowingly that I could actually sing, you know?
I think we learn about this in our day-to-day life stuff. Everything that puts you out of your comfort zone, naturally, for some reason, I don't know if it's the fucking survival instinct, it brings out the best in you.
No, it definitely does, for sure.
And I mean, so that's why sometimes growing up, it's good to get put on the spot. It's good to throw that at your kids. It's good to throw that opportunity to somebody when they're not expecting it. And you see it in the athlete world a lot too.
Yeah.
Hey, Smith, you're up. It's your turn to bat. Like, holy shit, coach, I'm in. So it's your moment. You're doing the music scene. Mm-hmm. What are some of these events you've been to? I've caught you at several of them, but what are the events that you've been doing? Are they cannabis primarily, or?
Lately, it's just been a bunch of cannabis events that I've been performing in, thanks to Rudy.
Shout out to Cannabis Catered Events.
Yes, he's a great person. He's like a brother to me. He shows me a lot of love and just respect, mostly it's just been cannabis events that I've been, getting booked for. Not even purposely, it's just, it just happened. So.
Well, I think there's something about weed in music.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
the message that you put in your music, there's love there, there's hurt there. Mm-hmm. It seems like there's a lot of emotions that go in that music, and I think the cannabis and the experience that it creates.
It definitely takes you to like a spiritual, like, just vibe,
So what would I hate the labels for music now, because I feel like all music sits in everything this year more than ever, with hip hop and country merging and stuff. But like, what would you call your style of music?
Man,
are you hip hop? Is it R&B?
I would say hip hop and R&B, mostly. I don't really. Who knows though? Who knows where I'm like.
Because she'll throw a cowgirl hat on and make some harmonious music.
I actually don't like country that much, to be honest. But I mean, I don't discriminate no music though. Music is like beautiful either way.
Put you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. It's gonna happen.
So the music, it started at a young age. Mm-hmm. Now you're doing the thing. They catch you at cannabis events and stuff like that. Now, when you make music, what's inspiring you?
Man, that's a good question. Probably just life in general, Like, I feel like...
Are you 20?
No.
Yeah, see, you're not 20 yet.
I just turned 19 in March.
See, and I'm like, she's got to go through some heartbreak, got to go through some love and some great times and some bad times. And then the way we look at it is we get more great music out of it. So we wish you much success and, you know, and also some bumps in the road to learn from and get you out of that comfort zone so that we get some more of those memories and music out of it. Because I think as an artist, you see, you know, that's how you grow as an artist, telling your story.
Yeah.
So what is your story?
It's crazy. So I mean, growing up, I had a lot of neglect growing up. I'm adopted, but I have two beautiful parents who raised me to be the person I am now. You know.
Respect.
Yeah. My mother and my father were both drug addicts. I have 5 brothers. We all got separated. And you know, it's just a lot of neglect and a lot of pain that I never really could confront, you know.
So this helps you express yourself in a lot of
Definitely.
ways.
And I mean, like, when I was playing, you know, basketball and softball and stuff, that was my only way to really...
Was you aggressive out there?
I was a beast, bro. You don't even know.
She's actually that chick in the soccer videos pulling people by the hair and stuff, kicking balls to the face.
I'm dead. No, not that crazy.
I know. You seem really nice, but at the same time, you know, it's not hard to bring that out in people sometimes, especially when you've experienced it.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
definitely. That's why, like, you know, what got me really into music was when I tore my ACL, my MCL. So
sitting around waiting to heal.
Exactly. And, like, you know, when you're just hurt, you don't have nothing but to think about everything. You know what I mean?
A lot of time to think about. Yeah.
Exactly.
So what's next for me if my leg don't heal? Am I going to be singing?
Exactly. So that's when I went back to, because I always wrote poetry when I was in school. You know, back in 4th grade, I was just always writing. I wasn't really a person who had a lot of friends either. I've kind of always been, like, closed off and introverted. But other than that, you know, I always wrote, like, poetry. So that's when they went back to, okay, like, I need to really vent. I really need to express how I feel. And so, you know, that's how I got into.
When did you make the move from choir, church music, to what we call, you know, the R&B and hip hop?
Yeah, man, honestly, I don't even know, because, like, all my life I grew up in church, as I've said, right? Was in worship team, whatever. And then I stopped going to, like, church and, like, doing all that stuff. And then even, like, around during that time, that's when I had got hurt as well. So it was like, I can't even tell you, to be honest with you. Like, it kind of just happened.
What kind of music you grew up listening to then? Who influenced you? Who was your artist? Who was poster was on your wall?
I'm not gonna say whose poster was on my wall.
Oh, it was like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was a huge Milli Vanilli fan, so don't get mad.
What?
No.
No. So my parents are 10 years apart, right? So my mom is in her 50s. No, my mom's in her 60s. My dad's in his 50s. So I grew up listening to, like, oldies like Brenton Wood and like
Oogum Boogum.
Yeah, just like that.
She's got soul. She's got soul. There it is. It's official. She doesn't have to say anything else.
I could definitely hear it from just hearing that one song.
Eastside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, before we play another song, we got a caller calling in. We're gonna take this caller, and then we're gonna play the next track. And it's your catalog. What should we play next?
You could play "What About Me."
Thank you. So before we play "What About Me" from Jaeyln, let's talk to Marco. Marco's calling in because we all know what you want, Marco. But what's good? What's good, Marco?
What's good? I want that magical butter.
He wants some free shit.
It's going good right now. I just came back from an interview.
Oh, you're getting a job in the cannabis industry, huh? So you think you can grow? You want to play a little game called "So You Think You Can Grow"?
Oh, yeah, I could grow a little bit.
Okay, well let's test that knowledge for a magic butter machine. So you think you can grow? What is the ideal pH for growing? You can go, and I'll give you a Goldilocks zone. You can hit me anywhere in the Goldilocks zone. Okay.
Yep.
If you get in between that region, I will take care of you. You can even you can give me pH. You can just give me numbers, whatever. What you got, man? pH, proper pH.
pH from 6.5 to 7.
You know what? You hit it right the first time. 7's a little high, but 5.5 to 6.5 is what I was looking for. But, dude, you won. You just won a magic butter machine for calling in Farm to Table Cannabis. We're talking to Jaeyln here. We're about to play some of her good music. You're about to make some good food using the magic butter machine.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a hard job here, but someone's got to take care of you guys out there in listener land. So, did you got any more gardening questions or a question from Jaeyln before her play her music?
All right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's so happy he doesn't even know what to do. He's thinking about what he's gonna make in his butter machine. What are you gonna make in that butter machine?
Make some cannabis butter and infuse it with all my foods.
Yeah, but what's the first food dish? Not just butter. Give me something, man. Give me a dish. Let's test your culinary knowledge.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Okay. Fuck. Out of left field with some creamy Alfredo. Atta boy. That's all right.
Cheesecakes.
And then cheesecakes.
Oh, shit.
Whoa, okay. Damn, Marco knows what he's doing.
Diddy.
All right. So, congratulations, my dude. Who's hooking you up every Wednesday night with the magic butter machine just for asking a good question?
All right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
I'll be tuning in.
Thank you, buddy. Oh, man. We have fun here.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
All
You
right.
guys look like you're having
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, we're always lit. But that's the thing, though. So you maintain such professionalism. You're in an industry full of cannabis retards. I mean, I say that in a nice way. You know, we're fucktards sometimes. You know, how do you maintain this professionalism in this world full of fucktards?
Oh man. I mean,
You must
I
have been
just do-
raised right, because when I offered you cannabis, she's like, "No, I'm good. I'm not even 21 yet." I was like, "Oh shit."
Damn.
no, I mean, I just be myself, you know, like I don't stress too much or like worry too much. I just do what I does, you know.
That's what it. And while you do what you does, why don't you take us into the break with the lead into your next song?
What about me?
That's it, by Jaeyln, DFZ Radio, HighTimesTV.com. Here we go. What about me?
Here we go. And 2, 1. Here we go.
I push all my feelings aside. It is what it is when you don't deal with pride. I swallow my tongue, I choose not to fight. With you, I'll take all the punches if leaves me with you. I'll drain out my senses to understand you. Since you don't get mine, I'll still show up for you. I do. But what about me? What about me? Can't stress it enough, but a bitch has been stressed, wanting some comfort and rest. These people just fuck up my best, so I just say less. Or cry out to God, he knows the answer to tests. Then maybe I'm failing them then. Repeating mistakes, never learning from them. Then what's the point dealing with them? I can't say no when I'm alone. I need you, baby, I'm home. Come through the phone, baby. I push all my feelings aside. It is what it is when you don't deal with pride. I swallow my tongue, I choose not to fight. With you, I'll take all the punches if leaves me with you. I'll drain out my senses to understand you. Since you don't get mine, I'll still show up for you. I do. But what about me? What about me? Stuck in my ways. Don't get that a bitch has been played. Don't mean I played. Still tryna trust things that you say. Make her like Mac, bulletproof that. Bulletproof vest got my heart ticking. Blah that I can't take no flag. Rather do that than leave you alone. But I need some love, not through the phone. Tell me you love me, don't feel like it shows. I need some dough to make me feel high when I'm low. I I push all my feelings aside. It is what it is when you don't deal with pride. I swallow my tongue, I choose not to fight. With you, I'll take all the punches if leaves me with you. I'll drain out my senses to understand you. Since you don't get mine, I'll still show up for you. I do, I do, I do, I do. But what about me? But what about me? What about me?
Damn, when you stay humble and swallow your pride. Yeah, that speaks to me right there. That's some serious verbiage right there.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, dude, you touched everything in there. You get in the relationship aspects. You talk about a little bit about like the growing up, the feelings, and then you threw some cannabis references in there. How much does cannabis really affect your music and like influence it?
Man, a lot. I mean, everybody smokes at the studio.
Hell
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So, I mean, I feel like everybody gets like their best effort. You know what I mean? When
It's an artistic, creative, like
aspect.
a lubrication, if you will.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
some people, they'll drink. I don't hear the best songs off of people that drink, but damn, people off weed make some really good music. I trip on
Yeah.
that shit. I mean, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
Snoop made some money off gin and juice, but he made a lot more money off the smoke songs.
For sure.
So, if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
Playing sports, probably going to school for design. That was my first goal ever, was to be a fashion designer. That's what I would probably be going to school for.
Right on.
Yeah, if it wasn't for music.
So, what's next in the career? Your new album is going to be called?
Well, my album that I just released in Valentine's Day was 7 Roses, but my new one, I don't even know.
Okay, we're
yet.
in the project stages.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
For sure. Well,
So.
man, it's gonna be fun to watch the evolution. Yeah. And so 7 Roses came out on Valentine's Day. I see you gave yourself a little inspiration there.
Yeah.
So the cannabis events, they keep coming up. You know, are we gonna be seeing you singing at more events like this?
Man, I hope so. I love them. I just love all the love like they give. You know what I mean? And it's even practice for myself. You know, because honestly, performing is just like, it's kind of more of a, okay, like I'm confronting my feelings now. You know what I mean? To everybody else. Other than recording, you know, because when I'm recording it for myself, not so much like dropping it for other people, you know. Even though people love it, that's why I drop it, you know. But
You're
I
putting
feel
yourself
like,
out there to be, you know, you're exposing yourself. So
Exactly.
You're putting yourself, you're being, you know.
exactly, exposing myself to like how I feel vulnerably.
Right.
So that's always a challenge, you know what I mean?
How much do you want to open up to the fans and to potential fans?
I mean,
too,
I think
you know?
every great artist opens up with all they got.
Oh, and then they get criticized for saying too much.
That's what you're open
Oh,
to.
look,
You're open
Yeah.
listen to
criticism,
Beyonce crying
all
about
that.
her old man again. Jesus. Oh, guess Eminem hates his wife.
You know,
That's
someone's
new.
going to
Who
say
would've
some
thought that?
shit. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
this girl has daddy issues. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. I wonder what Nicki Minaj's problem is. She never really came out and said exactly what it was.
Honestly, I don't even know half of it.
Right? So
I don't even know.
when you wake up in the morning, what's the first track you listen to? What's your inspirational morning music? Who is
That's
it?
a good question.
What's him or her name?
Dang, honestly,
For me, I wake up to some Freddie Mercury. Straight up.
I don't even know what that is.
That's fucking tough. That's a fucking Queen, bro. Queen. Dee-da-de. Dee-da-de. Da-da-de, dee-da-de, da-da-de.
Did you know who that was?
Is your wife Mexican?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's a
well,
relevant question, I'm sure. And, so, with the cannabis industry moving in the way it's moving, and you getting booked for more and more
Yeah.
cannabis events, I expect to hear more and more singing
Man.
about weed.
Yeah, you definitely will. I think every day I'm evolving and I'm growing to become, obviously a better person and a better artist and all that, So, I mean, you're going to hear a lot of shit soon.
It's about
That's
to get
gonna
weird.
Yeah, you're going to hear a lot of shit about everything, not just love, but like, just happiness, joy, being lit, and just all types of shit, Like, music's supposed to be fun, Obviously, it's a healing way, too, to heal whatever you got going on, but other than that, like, music is fun, and it makes you feel a certain way, and I just want to reach, like, people, to feel however they feel.
Well, you reached us, dude. Me and my wife love listening to your music. When we were at the Cannabis Catered Events event the other day, and we're sitting there serving food, and we're like, all right, this is a good event. This is a good event. And then you got up there and started singing, and then that event went from like cool, chill event to like dinner soiree with music and shit. And then Abdullah got up there and started telling jokes and stuff. And
yeah,
not every comedian does great, but every time he killed it that day.
That event was dope. That was actually my first time like on a boat, but yacht.
Right? Yeah. I feel you. I've been on fishing boats, but I ain't never partied on a yacht before, let alone smoke. So shout out to Cannabis Catered Events for throwing good events.
Yeah, shout out to them
with good entertainment too. So looking forward to seeing much more of you at these events. And before we go out, what was the last track we should play before we say our pieces to everyone out there in DFZ Radio and High Times listener land?
Letter to You.
Letter to You. So love songs, really. This is man. You're gonna break a lot of girls' hearts and boys' hearts with these songs. You know that they're gonna listen to them.
They're already broken.
You're just
to be honest.
pick up some pieces here.
Right.
So
let's be real.
So anybody you want to give a shout out to? I mean, who gave you your first shot in the music industry besides the church?
My boy Stevie Raps. Yeah, that's my brother from another mother. That dude is like close to blood to me. He helped me a lot. My cousin got me in contact with him. He was, I don't know, I think I had made like a rap video of me. My cousin sent it to him. He was like, yo, she's dope, get her in the studio. Went to the studio, kicked it off ever since. And then obviously, you want to grow and be better. So I started searching for more people to just, make me better. And then that's when my producer now, Kid Capone, shout out to Kid Capone, just started perfecting what I had to offer,
Nice.
And every day he's doing the same thing. My team, Caspian Pink, we're doing it, dude.
You doing the YouTube videos?
YouTube videos? No, I'm not doing YouTube videos.
As your attorney, I advise you to just put some clips of you singing up at these events.
Yeah.
Because I just I like to think of myself as I know good music when I hear it, and like you got good music, and
Thank you.
everyone
I
that
agree.
I talk to thinks
totally
you have good
agree.
music, and I think there is a big bunch of people that would do good hearing that music too. So keep doing what you're doing, keep promoting the love,
Thank you.
the
I'll definitely take
positivity,
that advice too.
and the cannabis too. I love that because that's what we're about here. We're medicating responsibly. So.
Right.
Without much further ado, you introduce your next song and sign us off on DFZ Radio.
My next song is called Letter to You.
On DFZRadio.com.
.com.
Thanks to Opulent Chef for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to Jaeyln.
There's gonna be somebody out there that's gonna love you.
Can tell me you love me as much as I do. And I ain't been sober since early June. And I ain't been happy, and some of it's you. And April was probably the greatest with you. Letter to you, sincerely from me. I don't mean to but neglect got me to keep hanging on ropes every time that we choke. From being at either or throats, I try to approach with 6 up my throat, but ended up getting cutthroat. With any remorse, fell way too hard. Head over heels, got cheated and scarred. Was it real for you as it was for me? As it was for me, I try to be everything you wish to come for me. Wish you come for me. Was it real for you as it was for me? As it was for me, I try to be place at Jaeyln. Ain't been the same. Forgot how to love will be so hurt. But still I'm in love, for whatever it's worth. I put down my guard, came with a charge. Should've played smart and more than my part. Selfless from start, poured out my heart. For you, you bruised it, I iced it all out. I walk with a limp, now I'm thugging it out. I cribbed it all out, made royal blue and I added a crown. Niggas don't like how that sound, please don't say you love me if you don't. If you don't, was it real for you as it was for me? As it was for me, I try to be everything you wish to come for me. Wish you come for me. Was it real for you as it was for me? As it was for me, I try to be everything you wish to come for me. Wish you come for me.
DFCRadio.com